Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have a really small window of opportunity today between heat waves to try to get some plants in the ground. So come garden with us and let's see what we can get planted today. So yeah, today is Friday, July 12th. We had a heat wave last week. We're supposed to have a heat wave. Well, earlier this week we had a heat wave as well, and then it's supposed to get really hot again just starting tomorrow on Saturday. So we're also supposed to possibly get some rain from what is I don't know if it's a warm front or a cold front, trailing down from the remnants of Hurricane Beryl. Honestly, I'd be really surprised if we saw any rain from that, but they keep telling us we're supposed to get rain. Although they've been telling us for weeks we're supposed to get rain on just random days here and there, and we never do. But so we're going to take the opportunity to get some plants in the ground on the off chance that we do get some rain and they can take advantage of that moisture. So we're going to get the 3 Let's Dance Skyview into the ground and the little quick-fire hydrangea that we bought at Gross Plant Farm on July 4th. I believe I showed you those in a previous video, just one of my July walk and talks. So this is where the 3 Let's Dance Skyview are going to go. They are replacing the Walker's Low catmint that we removed from this, what I'm calling our maple bed. The 3 Walker's Low catmint are now in the Thea Thin Man bed. I think these Let's Dance Skyview hydrangeas will do much better here because they will appreciate the shade, especially in the afternoon. These are the 3 Let's Dance Skyview that we bought at Gross Plant Farm in Lancaster County over the 4th of July break. And yesterday at work I bought this pretty orchid frost lamium that we're going to put in the hole where Pennisetum came out, because again the Pennisetum needed more sun. They are now in the Thea Thin Man bed. The lamium will do well here. Soil is pretty dry in the summer, although we are going to add irrigation to this bed. And again, the lamium will appreciate the little bit of shade. So let's get started. Just wanted to point out real quick, this is the Let's Dance Skyview that I had said, if you watch the video where I showed these originally right after we bought them, this one had been pruned back pretty hard. You can see lots of new growth, and it's already put on a new pretty purple bud, even though it's been sitting in the garage for about a week. So that's exciting. So when my husband is mixing up some soil in the wheelbarrow there, let's just talk about the Let's Dance Skyview. Let's Dance Skyview. It is a reblooming big leaf hydrangea. This is sun to part shade, reblooming, USDA hardiness zones 4 through 9. 2 to 3 feet tall, 2 to 4 wide, moist, well-drained soil, summer and fall interest. Let's see, beautiful, delightful color, lush mop head blooms of Let's Dance Skyview hydrangea. Beautify your landscape summer after summer. Color is sky blue in acidic soil, pink in neutral to alkaline soil. So I'm guessing at some point we're probably going to have to add some soil acidifier here. Although there is a big spruce tree nearby. That's a pretty large Norway spruce. The Let's Dance, or Tiny Tough Stuff we planted last summer, is pink. So I'm guessing at some point we're going to have to add some soil acidifier here. So we are encountering some huge roots from the maple trees, which is not surprising. So while my husband's trying to prepare the hole based on that information, let's look at the stats on the Orchid Frost Lamium. It's part sun to full shade, deer resistant. This one is apparently far superior in disease resistance and performance. It's premium ground cover, bears season-long silvery dusted blue-green foliage and orchid pink flowers in the spring and the fall. 24 to 30 inches wide, 10 to 12 high, hardy in zones 4 through 8. Best uses: brighten a shady perennial garden, attractive season-long foliage. And I did buy this one because I do like the fact that it's a pink lamium as opposed to a purple. I've never really been a fan of lamium, but I do like the pink. And the fact that we're going to have the Eclipse hydrangea in this hole with its pink blooms, I think will play nicely off the Orchid Frost. And I do plan on putting some pink foliage hooker in here, so I think that will look pretty. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but you can see the size of the root. Probably 3 to 4 inches in diameter, so way too big to cut. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was I think the guidance is if it's 2 inches or less, you can cut it without too much damage to the tree, but that one's absolutely huge. Hopefully it doesn't damage the health of the hydrangea long term. The catmint did fine here, and they were here for years. So we'll see. This is where the Skyview has to go, so it'll have to deal with the root situation. So another root, but this root is small enough to cut, and I'll show you. The auger already cut through it, and it's probably not even an inch in diameter. Here's just a quick shot. The 3 Let's Dance Skyview hydrangeas are in. They don't look even because this one's a little bit smaller. It's clearly been cut back harder, but they are even. We have not mulched this bed. We will not mulch it until we're finished planting and we get the irrigation set up in here. So that's why it kind of looks a little bit messy right now. There's no use mulching and then putting a soaker hose, trying to fit that underneath the mulch. So now we are just going to get the lamium in, which is down here, and finish up planting this bed, at least for now. we got the lamium orchid frost in. See, it already has a pretty pink flower. So this bed is slowly starting to come together. It still looks a mess. We have had to take breaks for the last couple of weeks, as you know if you've watched any of my videos, because of the heat and the humidity and the lack of rain. But this one is slowly coming along. I can see it. I can see what it's going to look like now in my mind. So that's exciting. We're actually going to try to get the little quick fire in too. Right over there in the Thin Man bed. It does need some water, so I'm going to water it first. Had this stuff sitting out either in our garage or just sitting out here in the landscape for the last week. And because it's been so hot and dry, they need extra water when they're in these containers, especially if you're going to be planting. I've already showed you where this is going to go, but I'll just show you again. So we are on the outside of the Thin Man bed along the Dry Creek bed. And this is where our propane tank is. The lid of the tank does open towards the little quick fire. So we just have to make sure we have it in a spot where the lid of the propane tank will not open onto the shrub. So that's why we're putting it approximately where it is. Just make sure that's good where you want it. So this hole has never had anything planted in it, so I'm not showing too much of us auging it because it just is full of rocks and it just takes a little bit longer. The Let's Stand Skyview were going in holes that were already there, so that was a little bit easier to dig. Again, this is a little quick fire, sun to part shade, U.S. growing zones 3 through 8, 3 to 5 feet tall and wide. Bloom time is in summer, prune late winter, early spring. If anyone is not familiar with the little quick fire, we do have a couple over here we planted last year. So this is what they look like when they're already bloomed a little bit and the flowers kind of fade to a pink. In the fall they will be brilliant pink and the foliage is a really pretty coppery red. And it just makes sense since we've already got one here, one down the end there, to have a third to add some shrub interest to our Thin Man bed here. I'll just give you one last look at the little quick fire in a long view all the way up almost to the top of the property. I really feel like once that fills out a little bit, I mean it looks perfect, I love it there, but once it fills out a little bit it just adds another layer of texture and flowering interest to the Thin Man bed. So thanks for coming along with us today, guys, on our quest to continue planting between heat waves this summer. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hold this. Watering done.